All right, guys, welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're starting the Dirt Jumpers Glow Up. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon down below. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So behind me, we got my good old, I believe it's like a 2010 Specialized P3 here, my dirt jumper. And this is one of the bikes I have had close to the longest. I have had this bike for 11 years now. And through those 11 years, we used it some. We used it some to go to like skate parks and do dirt jumps, stuff like that, kind of in the beginning. I used it as a commuter while I was at college still and rode around campus with it. I know it's done its job. It's done really well. About 8 years ago was the last kind of performance improvement we did to this thing. And that was installing this rear brake here, the Shimano hydraulic disc brake here. And that was replacing a set of old Avid Juicies that were pretty garbage and just stopped working all of a sudden. So we got this new Shimano brake on here, and it's worked well over the past 8 years. It's done its job pretty well. Now, skip forward to today. We're actually using the dirt jumper quite a bit, almost every weekend. We are racing BMX on this, just having fun, having the time of our lives on this bike. And it's time for a little bit of a glow up on this bike. Time to fix some things, make some things nicer that have needed to be fixed and made nicer for quite a long time. So what we're doing today is we are upgrading that Shimano brake. That brake has been on there for 8 years. I have done absolutely nothing to this brake. Feel horrible. I have done very little to this bike as in forms of maintenance. I just ride it to his death. So I have no idea what that brake looks like, but we're completely swapping out the rear brake system. So this is the Shimano BRM446 on here with a 140 millimeter rotor. BMX racing's fast, and I like to be able to stop when I want to stop, and the 140 millimeter rotor doesn't stop 235 pound me very well anymore. So we got new stuff. We got all new stuff to put on this thing. So what we got here, this is from a company called DYISLAND, right here, DYISLAND. And I honestly never heard of them before. They reached out to me, had some cool hydraulic brakes they wanted me to test out, and I said, yeah, I got a bike to put those on. I got just the bike for those brakes. So, really kind of cool stuff. Most of their brakes are going to be a 4-piston caliper. So we are getting a nice upgrade over the 2 up to a 4-piston. And yeah, they come with everything you need. So their brake kit, it does come with front and rear. For the moment, we're just going to install the rear brake on here, just because that's what we have right now. We don't have a front brake. However, it has all the provisions to mount a front brake should we choose to, should we even need to, if we went after this brake upgrade. Honestly, if I was running these same Shimano brakes, I probably would like to put a front brake on here, but we'll see. These brakes should be miles better than these old Shimanos here. So I think we're just gonna get away with just the rear brake. So in here, like I said, you got both your brakes, and here you got your bolts to install them right here. Kind of everything all included. So let's go ahead, we'll kind of undo some of our packaging here so you guys can see what they look like. They're pretty good looking brakes. To be honest, I admired them a couple times over the past bit, and they're pretty nice. So nice brake levers up at the top. I kind of like the kind of silver with the black there. Pretty cool. And like I said, we should have 2. So obviously, longer brake hose, which is this guy, is going to go towards the rear of the bike. So you got your front, got your rear, front, right there. Which honestly, oh yeah, that's like perfect length even for this bike. So pretty cool stuff. It has some pretty nice pads in here as well, kind of with cooling fins on them. Pretty neat. 4 pistons come with the block in there to make sure nothing happened there. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I kind of like them. I'm looking forward to trying these guys out and seeing what kind of quality these things are. Reach adjustments on them, pressure adjustment as well. Two bolt clamps on here. Keep it nice and secure, not an open clamp. You've got 2 bolts to clamp that thing onto your handlebars. Really nice brake levers. Really, those look sick. Look at that. Boom. And yep, they're on the right side. Awesome. With that kit, you also get pretty much any piece of hardware you would need to install these on your bike. Like, ridiculous. Like, I didn't think all this would come with it. I thought I would be buying this all. So, inside of here, of course, you got our rotors. So, talk about rotors first. They offer 3 different sizes on their rotors. In this case, I believe they sent me initially the 2.3s, and then I kind of told them what my plan was, and they said, well, this might be a little big. I mean, I run 2.3 millimeter rotors on my trail bike, and that bike sees just straight downhill use. So, kind of essentially the thicker the rotors, what they recommend is for heavier bikes. So if you got like an e-bike, the 2.3s are kind of what they recommend for you. Obviously, thicker rotor, potentially more contact with the pads, so you kind of have to finick with that a little bit more. So, of course, you get your rotors here. We do have, like I said, we have the, I believe these are the 2.3s, and then we have their brand new rotors right here. These are, I believe, a 1/8. Yeah, these are 1/8. These are the ones this is the ones we're actually going to use. 180 millimeter rotors. We're going 40 millimeters larger in rotor size. Comes with new bolts, all that kind of good stuff as well. All included in the package. So, kind of specify what your rotor size you want to go with is. They offer stuff all the way down to 140 if you want them. They also offer way bigger if you want to go way bigger. So, tons of options available from them. Now, like I said, hardware-wise, they send you everything you would need. Rotor bolts, of course, included in here. But then they include whatever mounts you need. 180 millimeter mounts. You got a rear mount here to go up to a 180 or a front up to 203. You got this guy that goes up to 160 in the rear, 180 in the front, and then you got another spacer here. I mean, it's all included. Like, I thought I would have to buy those to do this up the size on this, but we're good. We don't gotta buy anything. We're really nice. I thought I was gonna have to buy pieces, and we don't. Pretty cool. Like it already, DYISLAND. Cool. All right. So, like I said, we're installing the rear. So, we're gonna take off what we got now. Gonna remove this whole thing, this whole shebang here, and we're gonna see if we can get 180 millimeter rotor and these nice 4-piston brakes installed on here. This bike is really easy to work on because everything's external. So, no internal routing on this bike. Makes it a dream. Makes it easy to work on for swapping brakes out. So, let's get to work taking this brake off. Throw those over there. Caliper off. Squeeze the caliper through. And there's our old brake off the bike. Oh, that actually might be okay. Yeah, actually. Okay. That might actually look okay. All right. So, got our bracket installed. We'll see if that's the way it's supposed to go. That's the way the arrow points, but I think it's backwards. We'll get to that when we get to that. Let's pull this rear wheel off, swap out our rotor, and then we can get installing our caliper there. So, let's get this thing off. Itty bitty rotor. There we go. 140 millimeter rotor to a 180 millimeter rotor. Oof. Look at that guy. It's a bit of a difference. All right. I'd make sure rotation is good, which this is the right way. Let's get this installed on the bike, and we can start getting our caliper installed. See what we're looking at from there. That is a giant rotor on the back of this bike, but I love it. All right, brake caliper time. So, just gonna kind of run. I know it needs to go in between here. And we'll see if we got our bracket on right. Oh yeah, okay. That's the way it's supposed to go. Okay, so it includes these little guys. These little guys are little cup and kind of cone guys. So they go in each other, and this pretty much lets you pivot which way the brake is kind of going a little bit. All right, we're not gonna go tight. We're just getting this so it's not gonna fall off on me. So see, that is all loose, so we can move this guy kind of wherever we need it to go. Perfect. We need to get our brake lever. We're gonna get this untangled. Brake lever is gonna go up to the front of the bars. All right, went ahead. Got our line all zip tied up. I like this extra bit because it lets me spin the bars. That's fine. But now I think it's time. Everything should be all good. Squeeze the lever. Ooh. Oh, that feels good. That's a good feeling brake. So, now we need our spacing right. You guys never seen this little tool? Is from Bursman. Essentially what this does is it folds out and you get it around your rotor. And you feed it down between the rotor and the pads. So that goes right in between the pads there. That gives you an equal amount of spacing between the two. Therefore, you tighten it up. you should have no rubbing. Should center that guy practically perfect. All right, I like it. I feel solid. Let's see if we can do bar spin still. Oh yeah, perfect. Heck yeah. All right, let me go bed these brakes in real quick. Do a couple rips down the street. Get these bed in. Well, those feel good. Get this lever adjusted too. And then we'll be right back. Tell you kind of what our initial thoughts are on them. All right, got them all bed in. Feels really good. I got that coating off of there. Yeah, looks a lot better. So we'll go first initial thoughts here on kind of our basic test ride here. Just kind of bedding in the brakes, seeing how they feel. And honestly, holy crap. I don't remember the last time this bike has stopped that hard. You literally pull the lever like that much and it just, and it stops. However, with that, it has pretty good modulation up to that point with a good lever feel too. That just, it feels constant throughout the whole lever pull is a good way. And then when you want it to stop, you just yank on that guy and it stops. And that's really nice to have. All I needed was a 4-piston caliper on the back of the dirt jumper to actually stop. And yeah, I really like these brakes so far. Well, I really like the brake so far. So like I said, they sent me out a pack of 2, which, you know, for most normal bikes out there, you're going to use both. You're going to use one on the rear, one on the front. In the case of this, one brake on the rear is all I need. That is going to do all the control of speed that I would ever need on this bike. On a trail bike or something like that, yeah, throw that front one on, you'll have no problem at all. So, again, the kit we got here, this is the DYISLAND. It's 4 pistons. The SDM4 is what we got here for the setup in black. They have multiple different colors. And then we have the 180 millimeter rotors and I think it was a 1.8 millimeter width versus like a 2.3 or something like that. So we got the 1.8 millimeters, which that's realistically all you need for kind of a standard bike. If you have like an e-bike where you're doing some heavy downhill, the wider rotors are going to make a difference because they're not going to warp. Pretty much resist warping. You're going to have a little more rubbing, but they're going to resist warping. So that's the setup we have here. I'm looking forward to running this. So like I said, I race this bike practically every weekend during the summer, having fun, out racing BMX. And yeah, these things are going to get put, I think it's going to get put through some abuse. And so I'll leave my first initial review as they're a really good bang for the buck. Like, really good bang for the buck. The only issue I really had with them was the rotors, or just the rotor. It was visibly warped. I think that's just due to the packaging. So like I said, they had to send me a second set of rotors that were the right thickness, and they pretty much came in packages just like this. And it was a soft package, everything like that, and I'm pretty sure it just got banged around some in the shipping, and that kind of caused them to warp. So that was kind of the issue. The other ones were inside of the box, so no real issues there, I don't feel like, but that might have been the only thing was, yeah, they were inside of this, which was just a soft package, which, yeah, caused the word to get bent, but, you know, it's fixable. It's all straight, true now. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks good. First off, it looks good. I mean, look at that. That looks freaking awesome. Second off, it works, and they work really well. So, if you guys are interested in checking out a pair of DYISLAND brakes for yourselves, I'm going to have a link in the description down below. Check them out. Really cool stuff. Never heard of them before. Really quality stuff as of right now, as of my initial test. Like I said, ride every weekend. You guys will get an update on these brakes. Come probably around the end of summertime. We'll give you an update on how these brakes have been doing and kind of let you know long-term, a little bit long-term review and see how these things handle up to the abuse of riding BMX, dirt jumps, stuff like that. Right now, I can tell you they work good. Even out of the box, the initial bleed feels amazing on these things. So, hopefully you guys learned something. Maybe you enjoyed seeing a different set of brakes out there that you may have never seen or heard of before. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. I appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.